Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be discussing about a software, an application which is used to connect to a remote machine, which is used to connect to a server, right? Let's discuss this. I have a server launched onto my AWS console. You can see there's a server with the name data. If in a general case, if I want to connect to this server, what I'll be doing is what we normally want to do is we connect and then we go to EC2 instance connect and then I go on to connect to the server, right? And I'll be into the machine, I'll SSH into the machine and I will be getting access to the Linux server. This is one case through the AWS platform. But how about getting access to this machine by a third party tool, by an external application? Let's consider this. With the help of a software called as PuTTY, PuTTY, you can just enter it into the search bar. You will be getting an option from its official website that PuTTY download PuTTY, a free SSH and telnet client for Windows. So this is used from a Windows platform, let's say, to connect to a remote machine which can be Linux, right? So in that case we'll be making use of the PuTTY software. It's going to give you a terminal to SSH into the remote software. So I'll be downloading this software. I'll click here. And once I click here, I'll be getting the link to download PuTTY. I'll say download PuTTY. And depending upon the configuration of your system, you can install the setup file. In my case, I'm making use of the Windows machine. So I'll click here and you can see that the download has started. So yes, the setup file is being installed. I'll double click this to install the application. I'll say next, next, install, and yes. So PuTTY is one software which is used to connect to remote servers, remote machines. So it is going to authenticate by making use of the private key, and it's going to give us a platform to connect to our remote machine. So we'll wait. I hope the installation is complete. Let's see. Yes, the application is installed. I'll connect. I'll click here. So it's asking me to which machine do I want to connect. That is, it's asking me the public IP. So in that case, what I'll do is I'll go here. This is the data server, which is there, right? Which I have already launched. And once I connect through the AWS console, you can see that once I ls, there are three files, that is test1, test2, and test3. And there is a folder with the name cloud, right? So this is one way of connecting from the AWS console itself, but we will try to do it through the PuTTY software. So for that case, now I will need the public IP. I'll click here. I'll mention the public IP, right? And now it's going to, you should give the authentication key as well. For that purpose, there is a small plus sign here in SSH. You're going to click here. Then in authorization, there's a small plus sign here. Auth, you'll be clicking here and then double click on credentials. They'll be asking you for the private key. Browse here and you are supposed to go to that specific location where your key is saved. My key is saved in the folder desktop. In that I have created, sorry, yeah, on desktop in the folder keys, right? So I'll be clicking on that key and I'll say open. It's going to ask me login as what. So in my case, I am an EC2 user. So if you connect here, you are going to get a username. So normally on AWS machines, if you're launching an AWS Linux server, the username will be EC2-user. So let's mention here that I want to log in as EC2-user, right? Let's enter this and I will be into my machine. I'll just try and maximize this. This is one way of connecting to my remote Linux server through the PuTTY software. I'll say sudo, and once I say ls, what should happen is the three files which were there, test1, test2, and test3, along with the cloud folder that should be displayed here. Let's see if I do ls. Yes, I am able to display, I'm able to list all the required files which were there actually onto my Amazon Linux machine. What we'll do is I'll try and maximize this, and we'll go here. I'll try and maximize this here. I'll keep it here, sorry. I'll keep the second terminal open here, and let's say we'll make one more directory. I will make one more directory with the name DevOps, and onto the server, onto the Amazon Linux machine, I'll say ls. Now the same directory should also be listed here because we are working on the same server. Although the platform which is being used to connect to the remote machine is different, in this case it is the PuTTY software, but still whatever data is there on the server, the same has to be displayed, right? So I'll say ls here, and the DevOps folder should also be displayed. So yes, you can see here the folder is being displayed. So this is one way of connecting to your machine, one way of connecting to your remote machine using the PuTTY software, right? So this will help you when you are not able to connect to your server through the AWS platform due to some technical difficulties. So we can go on to make use of this PuTTY software, right? So that's it for this video. If you have understood, if this video was helpful, please don't forget to like to the video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.